Okay, so we are going to do a bit of a deeper dive, and you know, especially with something like this, if you joined us on the weekend when we were doing the angelic work, we kind of spent on Sunday different times of the day targeting different parts of the brain, and I thought we'd do that with Ketoret, and there's levels or degrees that you can target each side of the brain. We're going to start off with targeting the left side of the brain. So this is associated with a conscious, active, and objective mind. You could think of the brain as the left side of the brain, I should say, is giving conscious definition, like it shapes experience into language and sequence. And it gives the abstract world of emotion and intuition like a tangible framework, right? And so its aspects are naming and categorizing things, like it converts sensory input into words and labels, creating a kind of cognitive structure. It directs motor sequences, decision making, and task completion. So it's associated with planning and execution. It seeks order, predictability, and like kind of measurable outcomes. It's that part of your mind where you're like, well, if I do this, like what's going to be the benefit, or what's going to be the outcome, or what's whatever that might be. Now that could happen in a good way, and that can happen in a bad way. Sometimes you know we won't do things because we don't know the outcome, and this part of the mind can also become very rigid, so we want to sharpen its positive qualities. We want to diminish the negative qualities. So it builds our personal story through ego identity. Um, Basically, your inner dialogue. It's associated with your inner dialogue, right? And so we're going to target that right off the bat. And there's levels or layers that you could do with this. So your very first thing is you could reflect on a situation. So let's have you do that. Reflect on something. Um, so we could go back to oils that are in the. Okay, so if you don't have Ketoret and you're just joining us, benzoin, frankincense, myrrh, galbanum, spikenard, cistus, fir balsam. Let's see if you have one of those. And if not, we'll find some different. Okay, so you're reflecting on some situation. Doesn't have to be bad. It could be good or bad. Doesn't really matter. Sorry about that. And then feel it in the body. Where do you feel something in the body? Wherever you feel it in the body, you observe it. Wherever you feel tension, a heaviness, an agitation. Basically, we're looking for some sort of loop. You're observing the body, and you're taking nice, long, slow, deep breaths with your awareness on that area of the body. And then just pause and let go. So, in this particular aspect, we're looking at loops in the body, loops in the nervous system. Could be behavioral loops, could be trauma loops. By going through and practicing body awareness, we're beginning to unwind some of these loops. So, we're going to take it a little bit deeper. And whenever you want to impact the left side of the brain with the aspects that we were talking about, part of the thing that you do is you do body awareness. And then the second part is you work the arms and the legs. And this helps to reduce automatic behavior, automatic thinking. It helps to reduce dissociation. And it helps to make the mind, the intellect sharper and at the same time less rigid. So you're going to use either the single oil or the Ketoret that you used in the auric programming part of the class. Your awareness is on your armpits. You're taking nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Move your awareness to the elbows. The wrists, your awareness is on your wrists. and then the palms of your hands. The palms of your hand. Just pause and let go for a moment. How's that? Your awareness is on your hips. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths with your awareness on the hips. The knees, your awareness is on the knees. And then the ankles. Soles of your feet. Just let go. Just let go for a moment. Begin inhaling again. Your awareness is on your navel. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths with your awareness on your navel. Move your awareness to 1.5 inches below the navel. Just pause and be still. Just pause and be still. Let's do the navel again. Your awareness is on the navel. You're taking nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Your awareness is on your navel. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths. An inch and a half below your navel. An inch and a half below your navel. And then just pause. How's that feel? Hmm. Now, we could stop there. You're working the left side of the brain, those aspects that we talked about. So you could stop there, or we could still continue. I say we still continue. We could do deeper dives on each side of the brain, but I like doing the left side of the brain right now. So from here, you let that sit for a little bit. But now let's do the next application, which is going to be you're inhaling with your awareness on the top of your head, the crown. Now, move your awareness to your just the left sole of your foot, not both feet, just the left. Now move your awareness to your right palm, your right palm. Your left palm. The right sole of your foot, your right sole. Your awareness is on the top of your head. You're just letting go. You're just letting go. Okay, so now at this point, you could do a couple of things. You can do like a little affirmation, or if there's an area of your body that needs healing, you put your attention and awareness on that area. So, how about we do both? So, how about we just use the affirmation, I am that I am? Or you could say something like, I'm healthy, I'm healing, some version of that. So, your eyes are closed, and just in your mind, silently, I am that I am. 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 Now, you can also just put your attention and awareness on a particular area of your body that needs healing. Shoulder, back, hip, whatever it is. If it's emotional or mental, put your awareness or attention on that area. And then just simply inhale the oil. And then just pause and be still. Again, you're putting your attention and awareness on whatever area needs to be healed, be it physical, psychological, whatever's going on. And then just let go. As your mind. Okay, so we're going to do the next step. Again, your awareness is on top of your head, the crown. Now move to the right sole of your foot, the right sole. Your left palm, And then your right palm, the right palm of your hand. And then your crown, the top of your head. Nice, long, slow, deep breath. And then just pause and let go. So there's still one more little piece, but this should help your cognitive function. Um, it should reduce any potential psychosomatic kind of issues, and it should also improve self-dialogue. Makes the mind less rigid, but it also makes it clearer and more focused. And like you said, for you, your mind got quiet, right? So the mind gets quiet. I mean, you could stop here, but you take another step, it actually makes it even more potent. And again, we're still working the left side of the brain. So again, your awareness is on your navel, and you're taking nice, long, slow, deep breaths with the oil, with your awareness on the navel. Now move your awareness to 1.5 inches below your navel. Move your awareness to your perineum or perineum, the floor of the pelvis, in between the sex organ and the anus. So the floor of your pelvis. The bottom of your tailbone. Your awareness is on the bottom of your tailbone. Move your awareness to your low back, the backside of your navel. Your awareness is on your back solar plexus, your mid back area, the area below your shoulder blades. The back heart, the area between the shoulder blades. The back throat, the middle of the back of your neck. The back of your head, the top of your head, the forehead where the hairline is, between the eyebrows, the throat. Your awareness is on the throat. The front heart, the center of your chest. The solar plexus, the area below your ribs on your upper abdomen. An inch and a half below the navel. And then just pause and let go. Pause and let go. And we can start to target a different part of the brain, but I thought we'd open it up to shares and questions, and you can unmute yourself, you could type in. How'd that feel for you?
The last part was really interesting. Like it felt like it was.
Yeah, you're circulating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with the Ketoret, somehow in the
Yeah.
practice we did before, it seemed smoother or like
Deep.
yeah,
Very
maybe
deep.
that's
Yeah.
maybe that's the word I'm looking for. Also, patterns we haven't used in a while.
Yeah.
Wowie.
I think that's a clinical term.
Yeah, and go ahead, Angelique.
Hey, how are you?
Hi, doing well, thanks. I think circulating is the key word.
Yeah.
When we did the star pattern, the head, the arms and legs, I noticed we haven't done that in a while, or at least I
Right.
haven't.
Right.
And that's totally shifted in the way that
Yeah.
it feels.
Isn't it? It's
Yeah,
always kind of amazing to me. Like whenever
yeah,
I sit and do it again, I was like, why am I not doing this like all the time?
yeah. No, that was really nice just to feel that
Yeah.
circulation in a different way.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
both that one and then the
Hmm.
one where we circulated from the navel and then went all the way back around,
Yeah.
you're really directing energy in your body in a little bit of a different way. And that takes that takes intellect, like it takes focus and concentration. You're not really getting some of the times we space out, we're like, oh, I'm doing this process, I'll fall asleep. But like when you're doing those, it's really about being focused and concentrating as you kind of move the energy around, and
Okay.
in doing so it quiets the mind, but like it focuses the mind to an even greater degree. It's like it makes the intellect more flexible, yet sharper at the same time.
Okay, that makes sense. I'm
Yeah.
actually doing some classes for belly dancing.
Uh-huh. Oh,
So
nice.
this will actually kind of like help
Right, right, right,
with that in a way.
right.
So that'd be really cool to see how that unfolds. Yeah.
Nice.
Cool. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
I mean, I felt like you nailed it. I feel sharper and more directed and
But like it's like I say less, more flexible, like in the mind, but like I would say like a different way of saying it is the intellect, like there's a tension that leaves or like a calmness that comes over. And I would say it also affects the internal dialogue. I don't know, like there's times where, especially with my family, where like, there might be a little or a lot of criticizing, um, and one of the jokes that I used to always say to them is like, is that all you got? I can criticize myself way more than that. Like I am way better at criticizing myself than you are. And you know, that internal dialogue, sometimes we take up where somebody else left off and beating ourselves up, like they started beating up on us and then we're like, go away, I'll take it. I got it from here, and that is an intellectual thing, the going through and doing this, it really unwinds that part where, either through other people's actions or behaviors or situations or their words, whatever it might be, it kind of unwinds those aspects of all of those effects, and it just makes the mind calm but sharp, the intellect, and again, it's those parts that we talked about, like, building your personal story or your identity, and the self-dialogue, and seeking out order and predictability, and kind of pursuing those miserable outcomes, and all those aspects, decision making, and task completion, it makes it better at doing it, and clearer about doing it. So we could do it with different oils, but it's nice with like one of the anointing oils, or you could also do angel oils with this. Angel oils would be incredibly good with the same set of patterns. But each part of the brain does something, and then you work the whole brain as a whole, and then you start working in, like, eventually brain waves and things like this. And so there's definitely stages or phases. So anyway, anybody else have feedback?
Yeah, someone shared a lot of navel action was going on for me. That was kind of uncomfortable for a bit, kind of the same way it's uncomfortable to take off in an airplane.
Yeah. When because a lot of what we're dealing with is like dysregulation of the sympathetic part of the nervous system, which is fight flight, and then trying to improve vagal tone, which is rest and repair. And another aspect of that, if you think of the idea of intellect and fight flight, it has to do with the outer world, right? It has to do with other people, has to do with situations, it has to do with events, has to do with everything that's outer, right? And then when we go into rest and repair mode, that starts to be about something that's more internal. It's your inner world. And a lot of times the things that really cause us suffering is too much outer activity, not enough inner activity. And it's more than just being like introverted. It's really a deeper level of going like inward. And so the more tension there is in the left side of the brain, the more we're going to stay fixated out there, and the harder it's going to be to go into rest and repair mode. And we become that micromanager that tries to manage the problems out here rather than going, oh, I need to retreat, I need to have a little rest, I need to decompress, I need to repair myself, and I need to use my intuition to innovate my way out of this particular issue. All of a sudden it's like, no, we need to be more tense, and we need to micromanage to a much greater degree this external world, right? And so we need some of that. We just don't need excessive amounts of it, right? We need to be able to know that, like, if I get in the car and I drive, I need to go the speed limit or maybe a little bit above, And then I find 7 miles over the speed limit in most situations is perfect. And I need to be able to stop at red lights. I need to go at green lights. I need to be able to park the car. You know, like you have this big list of things that you do, right? And so all of that stuff is at least partially, if not more than partially, the left side of your brain. And so, you know, we need to be able to do that. We just need to be able to also let go of it and not be excessive and not be rigid and not be a micromanager. And we need to be able to let intuition take over and when it needs to. And, you know, so this is a good step. This is a really good step. So,
Yeah.
yeah, anybody else have shares? Or?
Not yet. I think everyone wants to get another practice in.
Okay, so I think we can still kind of squeeze in a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to go to doing the things that impact the front part of the brain, right? The front part of the brain. So this could be the frontal lobe or also the prefrontal cortex. This would also be tied to what you would call executive function. So this would be associated with self-control, the ability to pause before acting or reacting, overriding impulsive responses. It's emotional regulation. It's moral restraint. It's working memory. Connects past experiences to present decisions. It allows the ability to shift perspectives or adapt to changing circumstances. It allows for and enables creativity and problem solving. You know, it evaluates consequences, it weighs long-term outcomes, empathy, you know, understanding others and aligning actions with ethics, and self-awareness and reflection, observing one's own mental and emotional states, right? And so we're going to do with the same oil that you've been using. A couple ways to target this is first, we'll begin with our awareness on the sex chakra. Awareness is on the sex chakra. You're taking nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Hours and 15 minutes of spine cataract. Yeah, that's a really good name. Your awareness is on the sex chakra. You're taking nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Your awareness is on the back heart, that area between your shoulder blades. You're taking nice, long, slow, deep breaths. And then the back throat. Your awareness is on the back throat. The middle of the back of your neck. And then the crown, the top of your head. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths with your awareness on the crown. And then just pause and be still. I'm not trying to. Yeah, very different. Like Samantha was saying, very, very different. Like now you're hitting a different part of the brain. Now, because the frontal lobe, the prefrontal cortex, has a lot to do with apparently it doesn't have anything to do with talking because I can't do it right now, but emotional regulation, we're going to also work the organs of blood purification. So your awareness is on the lungs. You're taking nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Your awareness is on the liver, the right hand side of the body below the ribs, the liver. Now you're going to go to your midline down the center of your body. You're going off to 2 inches to your right, below your ribs, to your right. So you're below the ribs, 2 inches to your right from your midline. This will impact the gallbladder. You're taking nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Down to the kidneys. Your awareness is on the kidneys. Your awareness is on the spleen, left-hand side of the body, below the ribs. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths. And then just pause and let go. That's how it goes. Feels very nice. We're still going to squeeze in a quick little thing. So just very quick, just to complete the process. Bottom of the tailbone. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths. The spleen, left-hand side of the body below your ribs. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths. the low back, the backside of the navel. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths. And then the crown, the top of your head. Just let go. Notice how you feel. How's that feel? So we did the org program, short version and long version. We did the left side of your brain. We did your front side of your brain and the executive functions. Next would be your right side of your brain, which is about sustained awareness, which just so happens to be what we're doing next week. So we will pick up where we left off using a different oil, and we're going to do the right side of the brain and the back side of the brain next week with Buddha Mind, which is what we use for sustained awareness, number 43. So, hey guys, thanks for having a nice night with us. Always enjoy when we hang out and do these things. So, thanks for hanging out. And we're going to move over to Astara and do the peripatetia blessing if you'd like to join us. And we're going to be doing a healing session tomorrow night for protection. So join us if you can. And this weekend is the healing the cardiovascular system. And there's lots of interesting things we'll be talking about that's more than just the heart. So hopefully you can join us. Take care.